Hare Krishna. So after describing some wonderful topics, now Krishna is taking us to another important and a very interesting section. So let's see Shloka number 29 and 30 of this section. Buddhir bhedam dhriteshchaiva gunatastri vidham shrino prochyamanam asheshena prithaktvena dhananjaya. So here Krishna is saying, O Dhananjaya, O conqueror of wealth, O winner of wealth. He is saying, Buddhir bhedam dhrite chaiva cha eva gunatah trividham shrunu. Shrunu, please hear. What? As I tell you in detail of different kinds of understanding and determination. So, are you going to speak understanding and determination of one type or multiple types? Krishna is saying here. Prochya manam asheshena prithaktvena. So here Krishna is going to tell understanding and determination again in three modes. Mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. So let's see the next shloka where Krishna is talking about the understanding in the mode of goodness. Shloka number 30. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha karya karye bhaya bhaye bandham moksham cha ya veti buddhi sa partha satviki. So here Krishna is saying, O Partha, O son of Pritha, ya veti, that understanding by which pravrittim cha nivrittim cha karya akarya, one who knows what should be done and what should not be done. Second, bhaya bhaye, bhaya and abhaya, that is what should be feared and what should not be feared of. And third, bandham moksham, that is that which is binding and that which is liberating. So when a person has understanding of these different things, such a person is called as a person in mode of goodness. So a very important understanding Krishna is giving all of us. How can we have a proper understanding? What should be the proper understanding of our day-to-day activities, of our intelligence in general? Krishna is speaking here. It is said, performing actions in terms of the directions of the scriptures is called pravritti, or executing actions that deserve to be performed, and actions which are not so directed are not to be performed. So basically, those things, those activities that we do, which are in accordance to scriptures, which will help us to advance in spiritual life, which will give us long-term benefit, those activities are called as pravritti. That understanding is very, very important. So pravritti marga. So this pravritti marga, where a person advances in spiritual life. And when it comes to those activities, which are not mentioned in scriptures, or whimsically someone is doing it, or doing it for his one's own sense gratification, that is not proper. That will pull the person down in his consciousness, in his understanding. Now here it is said, one who does not know the scriptural directions becomes entangled in the actions and reactions of work. Bandham and moksham. So when we do activities for our own sense gratification, we should always remember this. Any activity that we do for our own self, for our selfish motive, for our sense gratification, we should be very confident about this, that I will surely get entangled by this particular activity. Then what is liberating then? If this is bandham, then what is moksham? Moksham, or that those activities or that understanding which will liberate us, by which we understand very clearly that these different activities which I am doing are not for my sense gratification. Are for what? For the pleasure of Lord. In fact, pleasure of Lord, is on the higher platform of devotional service. If we go one level down in the mode of goodness, so there also the person will have the mentality where he is not attached to the results of his work. He is not attached. He's not thinking that he's the proprietor. So in that way, what happens? Those activities will become liberating for him, not binding. But then when something is done for one's own self, it's always binding. But the best thing is working for the pleasure of Lord. That is the best thing. There is no doubt about this. There is nothing which can compete with this particular understanding that whatever activities I am doing for the pleasure of the Lord is always liberating. That will help the person to break the cycle of birth and death. So here it is said, understanding which discriminates by intelligence is situated in the mode of goodness. So when we have a good understanding, we have good discriminating power from the scriptures, then that is categorized in the mode of goodness. See, when the scriptures are followed very properly, the person will remain fearless and he will march towards liberation. But a person who is not following scriptures, surely there will be fear in some corner of the heart, and which might magnify with time. So it's very, very important to have clear understanding from scriptures what is to be done, what is not to be done. In fact, the people ask that how to surrender. The first two limbs of surrender or elements of surrender are doing those things which are favorable to Krishna consciousness, anukulyasya sankalpa, and second one is rejecting those things which are not favorable to Krishna consciousness. That is pratikulyasya varjanam. So this we have to do it consciously in our day-to-day life. If I know that something is not taking me closer to Krishna, I should avoid it immediately. Like sometimes people ask, why should I give up intoxication? Why should I give up meat eating? I'm eating, I'll get sins, or my body is getting deteriorated. No, it's not about that. You are not going anywhere closer to Krishna. In fact, you're going away from the Lord. And that makes that particular activity abominable. Because any activity that does not take us closer to Krishna is actually abominable. Because the goal of life is to attain Krishna. So we have to move towards Him. So we have to be very conscious that whatever activity I'm doing, I should ask this question. Many times in decision making, this will help us. I should ask this question, is this activity taking me closer to Krishna or taking me away from Krishna? If it is taking me closer to Krishna, let me do it. And if it is taking me away from Krishna, let me immediately reject it. That's the quality of a wonderful, sincere, serious sadhaka. So in this way, we understand that a person, when he follows all this, he'll remain fearless because he's marching towards the ultimate destination. So this is the understanding in mode of goodness, and we also highlighted some points on the pure devotional platform. Now Krishna is going to describe about the understanding in the mode of passion. Let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.